What if I can teach a class that lasts a month? I can give you 10 years worth of outer game in just 1 month. So you never, ever have to worry about your outer game for the rest of your life. Introducing KAIZEN, the 1% improvement over time. So what is KAIZEN? It's a Japanese word for 1% improvement over time. It is not the 80-20 rule, which is the 80-20 rule means 20% of your selection gives you 80% of the results. But now that you know exactly what 20% to select, because I already selected for you, this is the 1%. For that 20%, you focus over time. Over and over and over until mastery. It's like high income skills. You focus with it over and over and over time until you master it. So who is this course for? These are for guys who basically can't keep their body still when they talk to girls. These are guys who their head moves all over the place when they talk to women. These are for guys who don't know how to move their hand gestures. These are for guys who doesn't know how to express themselves congruently. This course is for guys who want a lot of results, who wants to be the very best in the world and doesn't know how to get there. These are for guys who are already taken boot camps, but they still haven't mastered the body language and it starts to deteriorate after the boot camp. But let me tell you, that's what the course is for. And this course is also very friendly to newbies. This course is not for those people who are easily butthurt. This course is not for those who easily are emotionally weak and they give up all the time. This course is not for the people who is just freezing all the time and can't even take action. This course is not for, mental masturbation. This course is not for those who don't have self-esteem. This course is not for those who are mentally weak. It's a very tough course. It's the toughest course you have ever experienced in your life. And I know because I have students who are part of 3 months to proficiency who are forced to go through KAIZEN. They're forced to go through it in the very first month of their class. And let me tell you, this class has no mercy, no weakness, and no quitting. I will drag you across the finish line. So you will learn how to speak with your body in a very powerful way. Let me tell you a story, okay? Let me tell you a story. One student started learning KAIZEN. He was a student who was a virgin. And when he learned KAIZEN, it all clicked. Everything. He lost his virginity, that's great, but when he started taking this course, what he noticed that when he went to his social sort of circles and when he went to his work, he started using this kind of stuff. He started standing up straight at 45 degrees. He started putting his neck up. He started using his hand gestures and the women all got wet. All around him, you can smell the sweet nectar of women wetting themselves, fixing their hair. He doesn't know why. He's like, John, I used to go in a downward spiral. I used to have a bad body language. I used to sound like a beta motherfucker. I used to repel women. That's what he said. But now, as he told me, all the women are always around them, fixing their hair. They're talking to them. They're opening the sets. That's exactly what KAIZEN is. The perfect body language. The perfect fucking body language every single time. So when you speak, it gets right through to people. Because that shows ultimate confidence, ultimate perfect body language, ultimate perfect facial expression, ultimate congruency. And this is exactly what it is. You express yourself, you feel it, and the body follows you. The words, everything works together. So let me tell you the features of KAIZEN. Very first day, you'll learn how to stand 45 degrees. It might take a long time before you can speak like this without moving your entire body. You might be thinking, John, I can do that. No, you can't. This might take you close to, some of you, a week, okay? This might take, for some of you, 4 days. Some of this, 2 weeks. I don't know. But you're on a timer. You basically have to complete the entire course before it's over. So every day will feel like putting a stick up here, multiple sticks, and you're putting a plate on top. You spin the plate. And then you have to balance it. You're like, oh, I can stand 45. Okay, now let's add the second plate on the stick. Now you're like, oh shit, now I gotta stick my chest out. Fuck. Now you're talking and just like, you can't even do it. Now 2 of the plates fall down. That's Kaizen. Until it takes a few more days until you can master this. And I'll be marking your homework. The 3rd day, you might be sticking out your neck so that way it doesn't move as much. Because for all the people out there who's moving their necks, and that happens a lot. That happens a lot to people. That's really, really annoying. This is the Navy SEALs of outer game, of social calibrations. It is going to kick your motherfucking ass. It's going to be so hard that you have to put the investment in it, your timing. And then afterwards, the next week, you'll be learning how to move your hand gestures at the same time. So when I speak, I can use my hand gestures together with Kaizen. Everything speaks congruently. I can be very confident. I can learn how to flirt. I can learn how to tease and all that stuff. So everything is going to be step by step. The face will move and the expressions, when you feel sad, you will actually move in a very sad way. And whenever you want to be angry, you'll feel it very fucking angry. And whenever you want to be shocked, you'll be, oh, fucking hell. All these pieces of emotional intelligence and all this connection. All this stuff will be in Kaizen. This is just the first part of the course. Of course, the second part is called Elite 60. That's connected to Kaizen. And of course, we're not going to talk about it here. What I'm trying to say is, in order to take Elite 60, emotional intelligence, you can only take it through the boot camp, or you can only take it by taking Kaizen first. In Kaizen, if you do not finish your course in a month, I'm going to set a price for it, okay? I'm going to set a price. It'll cost you another $200 per week. Then another $200 until you fucking finish the course, or you quit and you cry like a little bitch. You probably got laid by the time you finish the course. So it's not a big problem. So that's exactly what it is. That's what Kaizen is. And a lot of people have been thinking like, okay, so how does it work exactly? It's very simple. I'll be using WhatsApp or whatever. And I'll be marking your homework. You'll be speaking in front of the camera. If this is 45 degrees, your first day of homework, you'll be speaking like, excuse me, I just have a quick question, because you have a very creative and artistic vibe about you. I was curious, are you an artist? You gotta learn how to keep the body fucking still. That's really, really hard. Second day, you gotta keep talking for a few minutes by keeping the chest out. Excuse me, I just have a quick question. You have a very creative and artistic vibe, because I just left my friend. I was going this way, right? And it's an accident I met you, but you know, it happens. It happens. So you keep talking with your chest out. And then, oh, as I was going there, you know, you remind me of somebody I used to know. But anyways, I was originally from this country. I flew over that. When I saw you, I was curious about you. Are you an artist? You keep talking and talking with your chest out. And I want you to practice this everywhere. I want you to practice at work. I want you to practice around your family. I want you to practice around your friends. I want you to practice with people out there all the time, socializing with everything. When you go to a bar, when you go anywhere, when you go and meet your friends, when you have a social gathering, when you just chill out at places, you have to Kaizen this. And the third piece, after your chest is out, you gotta keep your chin, not moving all over the place. And this becomes harder and harder every single time. Now you gotta learn how to speak with all these pieces together. And I have already mastered Kaizen on my own. This is one of my biggest secrets of getting that one shot, one kill in daygame, because I have everything perfect together. Even I practice Kaizen myself, not just the students. I myself practice Kaizen. This is my secret weapon of doing the one shot, one kill every single time. Before we deal with Elite 60, emotional intelligence, you must learn how to move the body, how to speak, how to actually connect, how to do all this stuff. Before you bring in the emotional intelligence, you must master this foundation. And this is the foundation. It is related to Elite 30, from hard case to hero. These courses, these pieces, these components will have to be mastered. It's not just doing okay. I want you to be at least 7 out of 10. Mastery. The reason why you might think, well, how does this course work? That's exactly how it works. After WhatsApp, a month, back and forth, you can hand in homework and I'll mark it. Now I'll even show you once in a while when you're off track. That's the first piece of Kaizen. So you will decide your level of involvement. If you're not that involved, it is not my fault. It is your fault. It's on you. You got 1 month like a smorgasbord, like a fucking buffet to eat as much as you want, to get as much skill as you want. But if you're a pussy and you can't keep up, whose fault is that? It's not my fault. You'll be treated with no mercy. This is like, I'm like a drill sergeant, and that's exactly what Kaizen is. A second question you might ask is, well, how come it lasts 1 month? Because first of all, how many of you can actually master all these skills in 1 day or 3 days in a boot camp? Some of you in a boot camp kept going this. Your body is facing this way, 45. But the upper body seems to be turning this way to the girl, and you're freaking her the fuck out. Imagine a big dude comes up to you and talks to you like this. Hey, you're like, oh, fuck. Shit. You think you're going to get into a fight. That's exactly what's happening when you are doing that. This is like rewriting bad habits. And sometimes it takes 21 days to rewrite bad habits. This is how it's going to be fixed. 1 piece at a time. Instead of working on 50 pieces at a time, you work at 1 piece. Now you got the chest up. Now you got the neck up. Now you got the hands flowing. And then now you look congruent. Now you got, later on, for Elite 60, now you can finally add the feelings to it. But you'll be learning the conversational skills too at the end of the course. You'll be learning how to keep up a conversation while keeping Kaizen, and you'll be learning how to connect with her. You're learning how to actually listen like this, like, oh, I understand, yeah, yeah, okay, I get it. You'll be learning how to do these pieces that you couldn't have done before because you didn't feel anything. You didn't feel the emotions. And that's exactly what the course is. So basically, how much is this course going to cost? I could charge like, fucking $2,000 for this easily, because that's 1 month of my time. I could easily charge $1,500. I could easily charge $1,400, but you know what? I'm thinking about $1,000. I'm just making a price right now. $1,225. And every single week that you fuck up, I'm adding 200 more. I lose money by teaching this course in my time. Okay, I lose money. You guys gain everything. Like, you guys have to be invested. You have to be emotionally invested. You have to commit. You have to do every fucking thing in the course. Then you get your values worth, because you get me, John Elite, training you online, not in a boot camp, in case you cannot take a boot camp, to master your social calibrations. That's the price. And of course, you might be thinking, John, that's kind of expensive. Well, people are paying me $5,000 fucking dollars for, just to learn 3 months to proficiency. 3 months of my time online is worth 5,000 USD. Okay? That's how much it's worth. So you're getting this for $1,225. It's a great fucking deal. Yeah. Like, this is a good fucking deal, because the next course, Elite 60, is probably gonna cost you like fucking more than that. It's gonna cost you like 1.8, 1.7. I don't know how much it costs. Okay? 3MP, you'll learn more overall. 3 months of proficiency, I get it. But for some of you, this might be exactly what you're looking for. It might be exactly the body language you're looking for. Maybe you don't need to learn every fucking tactic. Maybe the playbook in the Skype is enough for you. Maybe Elite 30, the John Elite playbook and the Skype plus Kaizen is enough. But for those who are really hard cases, this might be exactly what you're looking for. So that's exactly what Kaizen. I'm telling you, the summer is here. And at the time I'm recording this is the summer. And maybe it's going to be the fall. Maybe it's going to be winter or spring. whatever it is, okay? If you miss out on this course, you know, and I'm spending precious years of my life in months, my precious time, the world's best dating coach with the most testimonials in the world. Look at my last bootcamp student. He was forced to stand like this. He couldn't stand like that. Right before the bootcamp, guess what? He got same day late in Las Vegas. He also poed another woman. First, he didn't close in the same day late. Then he came to bootcamp, he poed another woman. And then after he went to the airport, he same day late again because of this KAIZEN, because of this body language. Because of this body language, the outer game of all this. All of this, I mean, a month of my time. A month of my fucking precious time of me coaching you. That's a really good fucking deal. And also, you know, Skype. You get 4 Skypes. I'm going to add this as a bonus. There'll be 4 fucking Skypes included. That means every single week you get to Skype with me, just like 3 months to proficiency. But this is not a Skype that's related to your issues. It's only related to the KAIZEN. It's only related to that. 4 pieces and having like a constant homework, like a mentorship. All that for $1,225. I just made up the price right now. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You lose nothing. You have everything to gain. This is not for those people who takes it for granted. This is not for those who are not action takers. This is not for people who are pussies. This is not for the weak-willed. This is not for the betas. This is not for the guys who got through so much mental abuse, who beaten by their parents that they can't even fucking take action. This is for action takers. This is what KAIZEN is. So yes, this is the course. Welcome to it. That was the introduction. And before I say, you know, this is the course, I want you to realize that years can go by your life. You can work on your money. You can work on all these pieces. And you can waste 10 years to master this skill. This will take you exactly 10 years to get my body language into your game, normally. But I can force this into your nervous system because it takes 21 fucking days to master a habit. I can force this habit into your fucking nervous system in 1 month, all of it. And when you do that, you get it for the rest of your life. Isn't that a great deal? For the rest of your life, you have the perfect body language. You'll never, ever have to worry about your body language or social calibrations again. And tell me, what's that worth to you? If you can get the perfect social calibrations where women are just practically opening you, they are talking to you, they're fixing their hair, they're stopping in front of you. If you are looking for a place where you can go to work and all the women are just, you know, fixing their hair and just melting all over you. If you're looking for a day game, which is like 10 times easier, I'm not saying everyone could do one shot, one kills like me, but this is a start. This is part of my secret on how it's actually done. Besides the fashion and everything, I also have a perfect KAIZEN, perfect body language. And also, a big percentage of your communication is nonverbal. It is through the vibe, it's through the body language. You know, a smaller chunk of it is through the tonality, as they say. You know, changing tonalities. That's very important, especially when I talk. The different speeds, the different tonalities. But however, to really understand all of this, the nonverbal communication communicates everything. Perfect chest, perfect body language, perfect neck. This communicates confidence. When women see that, they submit. It's kind of like you are the masculine frame. You have a masculine body language. And also you have this absolute confidence that's unshakable. Unfucking shakeable. And what you have to do is use KAIZEN. Because I already selected the 20%, the Pareto principle. I already selected all the pieces. All you have to do is just apply and just do it. It's in the link below. Right here, in the link below, I'm gonna put a link to KAIZEN. When you sign up for it, I will interview you just to make sure you're not a fucking pussy and you're not gonna mentally deteriorate. Because this is just as tough as joining the Navy SEALs. It's going to be hell week. No, it's going to be like hell month. Hell fucking month. But when you get through that, you become a warrior. You have perfect body language. Excuse me, I was going in that direction, and I've noticed you, right? I was just going this way. You have a very creative and artistic look about you. I was actually kind of curious, are you an artist? Because when I see you, right, you have a very creative and artistic vibe. You know what? There's something else I noticed about you right now. I've noticed that you look like you're somebody who's very Russian. You have a very Slavic kind of gene. So when I see you, right, you remind me of, that kind of person. I gotta get going soon. But when I see you, I just noticed this thing. Are you like part Russian or something? You're not Russian, you're Polish. I never would have guessed in a million years that you're Polish. When I see you, I can kind of see the resemblance. I used to live in Poland. I used to live in Warsaw myself. And one thing I've noticed about that was, there was like a big mall and everything, and there was like a big fence. And you see, the body language is perfect. The body language is perfect, and she has no idea my hands are even moving. That's what Kaizen is. So I'm just saying, exactly. Sign up in the link below, and you will not regret it. You are training under the world's best dating coach. At the time of my recording, I am nearly close to 400 late and pull testimonials. No one has this much. And I was getting testimonials before yesterday, all the way up to the last few weeks, every single day. No dating coach in the history has this much testimonials. But when you see all the testimonials and stuff, you're thinking, wow, John, can I really do something like this? This looks incredible. This looks amazing. It looks like, holy shit, these students got so much results from your coaching. Can I do it? Of course, you might think to yourself, can I do it? Well, if you have to ask that question, then I don't know. You might not be right for my course. I'm looking for people who thinks race matters. I'm looking for people who thinks, SMV matters. I'm looking for people who thinks body language matters. I'm looking for people who are strong-willed. I'm not looking for pussies to be in this course. If you're a pussy, you're gonna be crying. I'm crying like a little bitch, You'd be like, oh, John, that's too fucking hard. My vagina hurts. Oh, fuck, my vagina hurts. I can't handle this. I'm breaking down. I'm crying. I'm mentally deteriorating. I would say get the fuck out of Kaizen. You do not belong in Kaizen. This is for the warriors. This is for the guys who want to have the best body language possible. This is even for former students who have been boot camps. This is for all these other people who are brand new, who just needs a little bit of help. And I just want to say, sign up in the link below, and that's Kaizen. So with Kaizen, imagine doing one piece at a time. It's so hard. It really is hard. Most of you can't do it. So if you want to see how bad your Kaizen is, go out there, get a friend to record your infield. Most of you will hunch like this. Most of you do some shit like that. You'd be like kind of like hands in the fucking pocket, as if you have like no fucking you know what I mean? Your hands would be in your pocket. You'd be like beta as shit. You'd be having no facial expressions. You'd be like the Asian poker face. You'd be like, no expressions, no expressions. John, I don't know why. You'd be talking like a beta. You'd be like completely smiling like crazy, like a lot of Asian people. It's just like for no reason, hands in the pocket, trying to be James Bond. You'd be beta as shit. That's the kind of people that needs Kaizen the most. This is what's gonna fix. So one of the tips I can teach you is that get a friend to record you when you're doing daygame. Ask him, okay, can you record me? I just want to see how I look like. I have no idea. When you see yourself moving around like a nervous train wreck, you'll be like, oh shit, holy fuck, I do need this course, Kaizen. You'll be like all over the place. Man, you're gonna go through hell. I'm gonna make a checklist. I'm gonna make a checklist of all the things that you will need in Kaizen. You have to go from step 1 to step 2, step 4, step 5, step 6. You have to keep going all the way to the top. It's like balancing fucking plates on a stick over and over and over and over again, and thinking they're not gonna fall. Yes, how long would the course be? A month, right? The course would be exactly 1 month. All you can fucking eat, basically. Imagine I acknowledge that is only a month. It may seem like not a long time, but the pace depends on how much you can take action. You gotta learn how to just fucking do it. It'll force you to take action and not freeze up. I know a lot of people had their parents yelling at them, and they're used to, in the fight, flight, and freeze mode, they used to be in the freeze mode or flee mode. They used to just shut down and just, oh, I can't take action because my pussy hurts. You know, this course will force you to take action because you paid this much for it, and you will fucking do it. I'll have all these steps that you need to climb. When you can climb to the very top, if you really get invested and you climb to the very top, you can actually finish the course before it's over. If you cannot finish the course when it's over, then add more to it until you finish it. You decide your level of involvement. 10 years worth of work in 1 month, that's cool. Yes, that's a good question. I acknowledge it may seem like it's hard to get 10 years worth of experience, but you have the world's best dating coach in the world who has the perfect calibrations. My other bootcamp student had to stand 45 degrees. For example, that's the very first day of Kaizen. Every time he stood up like this to the girl, she always left every single time. There was no times she did not leave. No matter how good his game was, no matter how hard he tried, guess what happened? He failed. And I was like, dude, grab him the fucking shoulders and turn him around. And guess what? I whisper in the ear, dude, turn your body. Doesn't fucking listen. I know it's game over. He turns his body, guess what? No pressure. Look what happens if I face my body towards you. Do you feel pressure? You do. You feel like intimidated. I turn it halfway. You feel pressure? You feel half pressure. What happens if I turn it all the way? You feel no pressure. You see that? No pressure. So yes, this takes 21 days, but if you got the perfect pieces to the puzzle, it would be a lot easier. Absolutely. It'd be way, way fucking easier. If you didn't have the pieces to the puzzle, it would be harder because I know exactly what pieces you need to learn. And this one piece over here, 45 degrees, could be the difference between her walking away or her staying. It's pressure and release. This is taking away the pressure. But this is just one piece. It takes 21 fucking days to master the habit. If it takes 21 days to master all of the habits, then this is exactly what you need to do. And you have me here to keep you accountable. You Skype with put me through body movements in action. I'm going to speak to you exactly all the fuck ups you have on Skype. So I acknowledge on Skype, what are you going to talk about? Is it body movement? I'm going to talk about all the pieces that are making you stuck. Because doing homework, right? You're seeing the world through your filter. I can only get through so much information to you. A filter is like the way you see the world, arrangement of perceptions. Everyone has a different filter. It's like a different sunglasses, okay? It's like a different sunglasses, a different filter, a different way of seeing the world. Sometimes I need to grab the fucking sunglasses off your eyes and put on a new one. Now I can see the world a lot clearer. And the only way you get the clarity is to have that Skype relate to Kaizen once every single week, just to keep you on track. Because everyone's gonna get stuck on the road sometime, and you can't really move forward. Like I had one student who couldn't figure out how to move his hands. He kept doing this. It's like a fucking Terminator too. You know, like a fucking spearing people. I don't know what the fuck this is, but he kept doing that. And then I had to explain to him over Skype how to fix his hand gesture so he doesn't talk like that anymore. That's exactly what I did. Is your Kaizen program just like Elite 30 in the playbook? Is it going to be on YouTube? This will not be on YouTube. That's a good question. I acknowledge that you think this course is going to be on YouTube like the other courses. The truth is, I have to teach you one by one, all of you. This course will never be on YouTube, ever, ever. This course is not like a YouTube course. It costs $1,225 because you get to work with me one-on-one, online too, at the comfort of your own home. I will never, ever make this into a course. I may have an extra video just introducing the concept of Kaizen, updated for Elite 30, but I will never, ever, ever, put this as a course. Besides, you can't do it properly as a course because you need me, you need my eyes to see it. You need my eyes, you need my filter to see it. My filter to see what the mistakes are. There's no way that this will ever be a course. Because if you're making the same mistakes over and over and I can't see it, and you will be kaizening mistakes. Hope that makes sense. Of course it's gonna be hard. Of course it's gonna be hard. I acknowledge it. It seems easy. I can do this. Everyone will say, you know what? I got good outer game. But you will be destroyed in Kaizen. Keep the neck back, the chin up, every single piece of it. Just mastering it. And the women doesn't even know you're doing all this shit. A lot of times you don't even notice when I'm talking, I'm moving my hands. And people don't see that because it looks so natural. It looks so like, John, you just moving your hands and it just flows so naturally. I didn't even notice that you are moving your hands. Actually, I am. You see it? Look at my hands. They're actually moving on its own. But you don't see it because I have like a perfect Kaizen. A perfect Kaizen. You never see it. You never ever in a million years could see me doing this because it's so natural. It just flows. It's just, right in the moment. And it's right there. That's Kaizen. How many hours? It's not about hours. It's about calibrations. I'm not giving you fucking hours. I'm giving you my critique, which is 10 times more valuable than hours. Because if I don't trade my hours for time, I'm not working in McDonald's. I'm trading my fucking expertise. I'm trading the calibration. I'm trading the filter. I'm trading the critique. If I'm trading hours, right, then what the fuck is my job for? Just to make you feel better? It's not about customer satisfaction. It's about student results. It's all about your results. If I can fix all of this in one fucking day and not take like 21 fucking days or 30 days, I would fucking do it. But the truth is your nervous system will not be able to absorb all this, in a short time. And later on when you're like having all these sticks and plates on it, and they're spinning and spinning, there's like fucking 10 of them. You're like, oh shit, John, I feel like I'm juggling 10 plates. How can I juggle 10 plates? You must master one plate first, then 2 plates. So 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates, 4 plates, 5 plates, 6 plates, 7 plates, 8 plates, 9 plates, and 10 plates. The thing is, it's hard. They all have to work together. And this is what people don't realize. You also got to be very chill and natural too at the same time. And you can't move your head and all these other things. This is not an easy course. When you start having multiple things, if you can't master one fucking thing, how can you master the second thing? It's kind of like saying, I'm learning martial arts, John. Yeah, right? Punch, kick. Okay. You haven't even mastered one particular punch, a jab or a right cross. Imagine you're working on the right cross over and over. You just work on one punch all the time, right? Instead of you do different variations. You kind of go back, forward, right? You just keep working on one fucking punch. Right cross, right cross, right cross, right cross, right cross. And you do this enough times, it becomes second nature. If you just work on everything at once, right? And you don't have the Kaizen down, guess what happens? All that will fall apart. You lose everything. I used to have a student, okay? He's practically uncoachable. As soon as he learns one piece, I'll stand this way. It's kind of like he putting on the armor as a knight. He puts on one piece of armor. But then his sword falls down on the ground. Ting. He's like, what the fuck? He grabs his sword. Now he's learned the second piece, hand gestures. Then his fucking crotch piece falls off. What the fuck? He picks up the crotch piece and picks up the shield. His sword drops again. Because he didn't have the Kaizen. He didn't have the Kaizen down. He didn't have the basics, no matter how many times he tried. If he just had the Kaizen, he wouldn't be in this problem in the first place. And that's a secret. Kaizen is to put all the pieces together without you dropping these pieces. And that's hard to do. That takes 21 days of consistent practice. I'm up for it because I never, ever want to have problems with women ever again. When you can do this, like, you are forced to do it perfectly. It's like going in a roller coaster. You have no choice except to do it perfectly. You have to go through that process. And every single time you move your neck like this, right? I will chew you up and spit you out of my fucking mouth and tell you guys that's fucking shit. I will show you no fucking mercy. You should expect no mercy from Johnny Elite, right? You should expect a drill sergeant. When you fuck up any of these pieces, you will be yelled at. This is not for snowflakes. This is not for those who are triggered easily. This is not for those whose vagina hurts easily. This is not for the wimpy. This is not for the, oh, I'm freezing up because my dad beats me too much type of people. This is for serious fucking action takers who wants to be the best in the fucking world. This is a permanent solution. And even those who have my playbook and those who have Elite 30 aren't even doing the Kaizen perfectly. This is for mastery. This is for fucking mastery. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the wimpy. This is not for the snowflake. This is not a comfort camp, John. I'm not here to, oh, my pussy hurts. This is not a fucking comfort camp. This is Kaizen. And this is like weightlifting. It's consistent over and over and over until you get the results. And you're expected to go out there. When you go out there, it's easier. Imagine it's like sales or whatever you want to learn. You practice at home over and over. And when you go out there, it's easier. It's a lot like day game. When you practice at home, all the pieces, when you go out there, you find it 10 times easier. It's kind of like the army. You practice all these things, or playing basketball, all these drills like martial arts. You practice. And then when you go out there and you do it, it's 10 times easier. That's what Kaizen is. It's really like the military fucking boot camp. It really is, but online. Because Kaizen means a lot of social calibrations. It's kind of like Elite 30 on steroids. It is a calibration of all the best pieces, but not everything. Just the Pareto principle. It's just taking the 80-20 of Elite 30. Just that 20% that gives you 80% of the results will be focused on in Kaizen. But when you look at yourself in front of the camera, what do you see? You see, unconfident body language. You see your kicks in your neck. You see your head moving a lot. You see like a lack of eye contact. You see, no hands moving, or you see hands like this. You see all that stuff, and that's not what I want to see from my students. I want to see a perfect body language. Everything fucking perfect and easy like this. Head not moving. I want to see all of that in your day game in the field. And then that way I want to see you same day lay on the very first approach. Like that. Before you take Elite 60, I want you to master Kaizen. So because if you try to do all this stuff with the emotions and you don't have the perfect foundation, you can't really do it. Can body language get you laid better than words? Abso-fucking-lutely. That's a good question. That's a great question. I acknowledge a lot of people think it's always the words. What if I say the right words, the right fucking lines? The last bootcamp student, he kept spitting all these stupid lines. Excuse me, I was going this direction and blah, blah, blah. And you remind me of my friend Anna. She looks a little bit taller than you, but then it's not the fucking lines. It's the emotions behind it. It's also the body language. And you'd be like, oh, John, really? Is that fucking body language behind it too? Answer is absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you why. Imagine that I said this lines right now with a bad body language. Hands in the pocket. Excuse me, real quick, I have a question. You have a creative and artistic vibe about you. Are you an artist? Well, you're not an artist. That's bad. So what do you do then? I mean, I can't believe you're not an artist because my best friend Anna, she's an artist and she's very creative and artistic. Are you an artist? Oh, okay. Right, okay. Oh, that's nice. Wow, cool. Look at that. No fucking expression. But with Kaizen, which one looks better? Excuse me, I just have a quick question. I was actually looking for, my friend. Her name is called Anna. She's very creative and artistic. But, I couldn't find her right now. I don't know where she is. Maybe she ran off into Victoria's Secret or whatever. But that's not my problem. That's not my problem. But I got to get going soon. But when I saw you, right, I've noticed something about you. I was very curious about you. I was curious because, you look like somebody who's very athletic. Like you do a little bit of yoga and you're very athletic and creative. Are you into yoga by any chance? Like hot yoga or Pakam yoga? See that? Which one do you like better? You like the first one better or you like the second one better? Which one hits more emotional notes? The second one, of course. Let's see. So the word is the body language and nonverbal communication is like 65% of your communication. 65 fucking percent. And 20 something is, I don't know, 26 or something. Or maybe like 65%. 20 something percent is like that tonality. It changes. The tonality can change. I can be very confident in my tonality. I can connect with you. I can be like very, I can start laughing and stuff. I can start, feeling very flirtatious when I talk to you, especially now. Tonality is important, but it's not as big as the body language. The words don't even matter. So if I said the words like, look at your lips, right? So I can concentrate for a second, right? If you say like, just look at your lips, I just can concentrate for a second. It's the body, I just look at your lips, it's just, I can concentrate for a second. You can feel it. But when I say the same thing without any sort of body language or expression, hands in the pocket, just looking at your lips, I just couldn't concentrate for a second. You see that? What a big fucking difference. Holy shit, right? Do you see why the body language is so important? It is the most important thing. This is the very first thing that women sees. The vibe, the energy is created by the body language. Without the strong body language, you cannot create the vibe. You can't create the expression. Yeah, just by doing this, right? The very first piece of KAIZEN. And sometimes you can't even do it. You go back to this. They leave every time when I'm in here coaching you. No matter how good your game is that you spit, no matter how good the words are. Hope that makes perfect fucking sense. Hope that makes sense to a lot of you. Like, oh shit. If 45 is that strong, why is all the other white dating coaches standing with hands in their pocket looking like this? Because they don't know any fucking better. They don't know any fucking better. They have no idea. No idea how to play a game. That's why it's a numbers game to them. It's a numbers game to them because they have no idea how to play the fucking game properly. Because the problem with the KAIZEN of other white dating coaches is that they're trying to put their hands in their fucking pocket like this. Am I right? And they try to be cool like James Bond because they saw some London British bullshit and they thought he's good with women because they're tall and white and they have so much fucking value. So they can do whatever the fuck they want and they still get some results. But you notice they have a huge rejection rate. You notice only 11% of, why am I keeping my hands? Fuck this. 11% of their phone numbers will convert because this is forcing a positive reaction. The girl is kind of like reacting to them because of their high sexual market value, because they're white and they're good looking and they're tall. But in reality, it's kind of like a salesman that you don't want to hurt their feelings. He's like, oh yeah, you gave me positive reaction. Sure, why not? Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. Just send me an email later. Yeah, I'll sign it. Never hear from them fucking again. That's exactly the problem. Because their KAIZEN is wrong. They're putting hands in their pocket like this, trying to be James Bond, trying to be cool. And guess what happens? The women are like, fuck this guy. Same as a sleazy salesman says, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll send you an email and you don't fucking reply. It's exactly the same thing. Exactly. Because they're trying to use this James Bond body language. It does not keep her on the line. It forces her off the line every time. Just pushing her face off the fucking line. Because this puts pressure on her. This is pressure. This is release. Blah, blah, blah. Now you feel no pressure. Now you feel half pressure. Now you feel no pressure. None whatsoever, right? Now you feel half pressure. Now you feel full pressure, like intimidating. They are actually screwing themselves up. They might as well be shooting themselves in the fucking foot. That's why they suck at game. That's why they have no student results. They couldn't even get the very first day of KAIZEN down. How do you know if you practice it and good enough? Well, first of all, record yourself. When you can do it like me, right? Like this every single time, stand 45, chest out, chin up, practice in front of it, record yourself. This is in Elite 30 Module 4. As you can see, if I record it myself right now, and I'm just seeing how I move my face, I can see how I move my body, I can see how I move the language. I can see how I flirt with people, how I have all these emotions, how I tease people, how I do all this other stuff, how I self-amuse, how I disagree with you, how I do all this with a perfect chin movement and a perfect body language where everything just seems so fucking natural. It just flows, for me. And it becomes easier and easier. That's when you have mastered Kaizen. I've mastered Kaizen a long time ago. Every single fucking piece of it. Like I could do it every single time. In my fucking sleep too. But the question is, can you guys actually do it? Of course not. Of course not. So how you know? You know when you look like this, you can record this and I could play it back and every single piece is like 100% perfect. 100% fucking perfect. And you can't even tell that I'm moving my hands. And that's when you realize that you have perfected Kaizen. But most of you can't do it. Most of you be like, oh fuck, what am I doing, John? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Body will keep doing that. Oh, I'm not moving my face. You'd be like this. We're fucking stone face. Most Asians are like this, poker face. Oh, I'm doing Kaizen. I'm doing very well. My face is moving. Your face isn't fucking moving. Does that fucking make fucking sense? I know people are like, John, you swear, but shouldn't you like, give us comfort? Shouldn't you give us comfort? Like our vagina hurts. If you swear too much, our vagina hurts. No, it's not about customer satisfaction, as you know, VW, from my bootcamp. It's about student results. I don't care how much pain you guys go through. This is what they call tough love. This is what gets you results. This is not some worshipping. When you're finished worshipping dating coaches and your vagina stops hurting, get my coaching. It's that simple. Because you're trying to be a cool guy. You're trying to be suave or whatever fuck. Like twat, suave. You try to be like that. And you're just like, I'm trying to be cool. Now you look like you try so fucking hard. Like James Bond. Oh yeah, I'm cocky funny and I'm cool. But what happens to you, I acknowledge that people think that looks like James Bond. And they think James Bond is good with women. But what you're doing as a tall white guy is that when the Asians or the other minorities imitate that shit, are you not cutting off the emotions to your body? If you're no longer moving your face like James Bond, if you're just speaking in a James Bond tonality, and you're kind of having a James Bond body language, are you cutting off all of the expressions, yes or no? The answer is yes. You have lost all the expressions in your face, like right now when you're speaking, you've lost all the congruency in your voice. You've lost every single thing in your hands. You have lost everything. You have lost everything because you try to be cool and you cut off that. Now you become the Mr. No Frame guy. Oh my God, I have no frame. It's like, and the girl friend zones you because you're Asian. Because you're Asian, you're a fucking skinny fuck, and she thinks you're a gay best friend because you're not a tall white guy. Now she's like, what the fuck? A tall white guy, of course, she sees him with value and stuff. But when she sees the Asian guy, she's like, oh my God, what frame are you part of? Which part of the 6 frames are you part of? Are you part of this frame, this frame, this frame? Which one are you? Friend zone? Okay, the third one, friend zone. Yeah, you part of the friend zone. And that's every time you fucking do like this, you do this Terminator shit. Guns pointing at you. Feet's pointing this way, guns pointing. Skynet. Every time you do shit like that, you do another 3 squats. And you say, sorry, John, I'm a fast learner. You get back into that 45. That's the first start. That's the first start for you. Since you already got results and shit, I would say drop your ego. That's the second step. Because you got a same day late in the very first approach, in the airport. And right now, your ego is so high, you lost all emotions. I would say right now, because when the ego is high, the self-esteem gets lower. So what you want to do right now is you want to focus on starting all over as a student, mastering the basics. Because you're back in your country now. You're back in your city. And the skills that you remember from your past, the bad Kaizen is going to show up. When these bad skills show up, you're kind of fucked. Does that make sense? You're kind of fucked. The same fucking shit happens again. You start to fail. You slowly start to see things like hunching. You're going to start doing this. Your neck's going to go forward. You're going to not move your hands. And this is when you, after the boot camp, you're going to start to lose a little bit of your Kaizen. 3 days of intense hell. You can lose it if you continue to do your old habits and you're not aware of it. That's a very important concept to understand. That's how you know. Record yourself. And also make sure when you're practicing in front of this camera, this is my camera here, that is actually perfect. So that means when I look back at it, it should have a perfect fucking body language. You know, perfect everything. It's not going to be difficult to have a perfect body language for me. Because I already Kaizen that so many times. It's automatic. But I want to get this into your nervous systems, that everyone has the same sort of Kaizen. That's the hard part. This answers a lot of your questions. Now you realize that you can Kaizen this. Who says that you cannot practice at home? Let me ask you guys a question. If you guys want to cut down 100 trees, and let's say 100 trees is 100 approaches, wouldn't it make sense to sharpen your axe 80% of the time? You're like, oh, you're right. But how do you sharpen your saw? How do you sharpen your axe? It's simple. You practice at home. You Kaizen this. You Kaizen every piece. And then when you go out there, this is the secret saying. Okay, get this. Competence equals confidence. Competence equals confidence. So to have that confidence out there, you must be competent. It's that simple. You must be competent. It's like, oh my God, you're right, John. Holy shit. When you're on a motorcycle, you're about to fall. Do you want to be confident or competent? Well, you want to be competent first before you're confident. So you can get back on there, fix everything up, and your confidence comes from your competence of knowing what to do, technically. Problem solved. So the link will be below in the YouTube. Check out the link below in the YouTube video. You guys owe it to yourself to master the Kaizen. Click on the link below and stop being a hard case. Stop having another day of bad body language. Click on the link below and take action now. Sign up. I'll interview you and I will see if you're suitable. If you are, we can work together. That month, you get to work with me, John Elite. Link below. I mean, I look in this room here. Okay? Fucking multiple girlfriends before, 2 girlfriends. So many same day lays with banging girls in the fucking hotel. And I'm looking at other people. Fucking told a black woman in Las Vegas, and then you bang the white girl who's 8 out of 10 is also Canadian. What the fuck? You know, in the boot camp, you pulled again, you fixed it, you almost same day lay, the 6'1" blonde, and then you bang another white woman in the airport, first approach. I'm looking at all these slayers in here. You know, guys who are hungry for more results. And I'm just looking at these are my students. I mean, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. And I'm very proud of you guys. You know, I just want to say that. But I also want you guys to work on other aspects of your life too. You want to master this piece, Kaizen, that's great. But you also want to master sales. You want to master high income skills. You want to master all these other areas. They're all related. Kaizen, perfect body language. Doesn't it make you more persuasive? Doesn't it make you more like, fuck yeah? To persuade people is very important in life. And you can't do that without good body language. You can't do that without good vocal coaching. You can't do that without good sales skills. That kind of shit I'm speaking about, do you think other dating coaches knows what the fuck I'm talking about in terms of Kaizen? Nobody. Hands in the pocket. I'm James Bond. No expressions in their face. Looks like autistic fuck. Excuse me, I just thought you were cute. I just want to come by and say hi. Because you look nice. Oh, you don't look like you are from London. You look like you're more from the Manchester area. I disagree with you. Oh, I like that shirt, but I don't like the pants. You know? I'm just making a joke here. Ha ha ha. You look like you just left the mall just to come by over here. It's like, what the fuck is this? Who games like that? Who games like that? That's never gonna work. That's just the fucking 1,000 approaches. one lay, maybe two. That's not how the game works. And for students and stuff, when I see guys who are not my students in Vancouver, the guys, the faggots who use London day game system, guess what happens? Fucking 1,000, 2,000 approaches, 2 lays, lay count, just fucking failing. What the fuck? Fuck them. That's London day game. The most uncalibrated system is the opposite of Kaizen. Everything that London day game does is the 100% opposite of this Kaizen. Hands in the pocket, no facial expressions, James Bonding and that shit, squaring off. And Mr. S, you know, the student, Mr. S, the guy who got so much results because of Elite 30, who helped me film it too. Mr. S was in London and he was trained by 12 different coaches. He got no results. Seriously, no fucking results using their Kaizen. This is the opposite. If one way doesn't work, you do the opposite. One way is like, just do the opposite of everything London day game, you'll succeed. They're gonna hands in the pocket, hands out of the fucking pocket. They're gonna stand like this forward, stand 45. They're not gonna move their hands, you move your fucking hands. That's Kaizen. They're gonna look down at you and just sort of like act beta, like, oh yeah, looking at you. No, neck up, like alpha. You know, you do the opposite of everything they do and you're gonna succeed. Yep, just sign up in the link below. Stop wasting time. You owe it to yourself. Another year of just wasted time. You're gonna waste 10 years just to figure this out on your own. And you're never gonna figure it out because you got other shitty systems that are fucking you up. You got simple pickup, you know, facing her, squaring off. You got London day game facing off. You got, you know, other people who are just weird as shit, just moves their body like, hey, you know, just want to come by and say hi because, yeah, you look like an artsy kind of person, you know, like an artsy person, you know, do you do something in artsy and a high five for that? That's a fucked up Kaizen. That's not how you Kaizen shit. And you got other people who are like, just, you know, putting a lot of pressure on her, just weird fucking robotic hand gestures, if they use hand gestures. That's not Kaizen. That's unnatural. What the fuck is this? So I was talking about. Unnatural. Real natural Kaizen is having absolute congruency. I was going that direction and I've noticed that you have a very creative and artistic vibe about you. So I was curious, are you actually an artist? Because when I see you, you give off, you know, a very creative and artistic vibe. Are you an artist? Just curious about you. I'm just very curious. You see the way I move my body, even beyond what's normal. That's the real Kaizen. That's when she feels like a deep hook inside her mind. And she gets like really, really wet. Thanks very much. You fucking rock too. You fucking rock. Because you know what? You experience just a little bit of what I do. You know, you're forced to have a little bit of my Kaizen. You're forced to stand 45, you're forced to not hunch, you're forced to do all this stuff. And guess what happened? All that results. Don't forget, you rock too. But don't let it get to your head. Always a student. Just always be a student. Always reset and always never be satisfied. Always want more results. Like you got good results. You beat a lot of dating coaches at their own game. In fucking Las Vegas and Vancouver. Las Vegas is like fucking 4 times easier than any other place. It's the easiest place in the whole United States. You're a bald guy, you know, a 5'11", and you slayed Las Vegas. You also, you know, Vancouver. First 2 days, kicked your ass because your Kaizen was off. But then the next day, you fucking pulled, and you also almost like same day lay a 6'1" blonde, and then you first approach a fucking lay in the airport, in the fucking airport layover. Come on now, who the fuck can do that? Honestly, you beat all the other coaches out there with my game. You beat them. You curb stomp them. That just opens your mind. Holy shit. John's the only coach that actually practices at home. Yeah, because I'm not SMVing it. There is no sexual market valuing. I don't have any sexual market value. I can dress nice, but my hair can be like shit. See, I can be Asian too. I can dress, see? I can look just like all of the Asians. I have to depend on skill. For me, there's no other way. Because your skill, okay? You have a skill problem. Calling out on your shit. You're always like 1 or 2 out of 10 at every skill. You are what they call the shiny object syndrome. You try and chase the next shiny fucking object. The next shiny fucking object. The next shiny fucking object. You never focus on mastering one skill. What happens, okay, when you're drilling for oil, right? And that's one skill. But you just keep drilling the oil for all these other locations. What happens? Will you actually strike oil, yes or no? With this shiny object syndrome. Will you actually hit the oil if you just keep drilling everywhere? I want to learn this skill, I want to learn this skill, I want to learn this skill, I want to learn this skill. No, you won't. That's a Kaizen problem, isn't it? You have a problem because you don't Kaizen and you don't practice. You just consume knowledge. It's like learning how to play basketball and just trying to understand the concepts. You never ever practice on that one skill over and over. Just like martial arts, instead of trying to learn every single punch and every kick, every single knee, every single takedown, every single throw. Just master that one fucking punch. Just that one punch. Like I said earlier, the right punch. The problem is you're trying to master too many fucking things at once. You need this course, Kaizen, because you are trying to master, you're like the jack of all trades and master of none. I know it's hard to hear. It's not to embarrass you in front of other people. But the faster you understand this, the faster you get your results. You are the Mr. Shiny Object Syndrome guy. You are the guy who doesn't practice. You are the guy who just consumes knowledge. You like to whiteboard every fucking thing. You have to whiteboard everything to death. You're the guy who just reads every fucking book. You consume knowledge. You gotta take some of the biggest problem isn't knowledge. The world's full of knowledge. Wisdom is learning what to take away. Applying the knowledge is more important. Applying, like Bruce Lee says. It's not like knowing is not enough. You must do. Knowing is not enough. You must apply. You need to apply as if your life depended on it. Kaizen. You are the perfect example of why this course needs to be created. Kaizen. 1% improvement at a time, but one skill at a time. One piece at a time. Not every piece. That's why the students can juggle all these fucking plates on a stick. The next one, next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. Make sense? Yeah, this is a real eye-opener, isn't it? That's a real eye-opener. This is how you're going to succeed in life. By focusing on one skill. The other guy is doing everything on it. Every fucking thing. And his whole life has changed. His whole social life has changed. All the women around him are just like fucking getting wet. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. This comes to the end of the presentation. Why you should take Kaizen. It is the perfect course for outer game. All these bad body languages, the wrong vibe. The women will all reject you. And this is not a very expensive course for what it can do. It is a course that could be daily. It depends on your level of investment. This is what I'm asking. I'm not asking for $10,000 for a month of my time. Or $5,000. I could ask for $3,000, no problem. I could even ask for $2,000. But what I'm asking for is for $1,125. And in case you need another week, add another $200 to it until you get your fill of Kaizen. Now you have no excuses when you have the perfect outer game, which gives you the perfect vibe. This is the course for you. It's not for everyone. It is not an easy course. But if you were right for the course, take it. Sign up in the link below. Fill up your information. Write to me. Ask me questions so I can deal with your objection. And then you see if you're a right fit for the KAIZEN. Peace out and sign up below. Now, time is going by.